estamos aquí de regreso en la Bacaneria Show. El día de hoy, jueves, con mucha energía, hablando de chisme, pero también tenemos a The Big Boss in the studio. He's like, I was like, Bill, you want to talk for a little bit? If you want, I said, listen, this is your place. You don't need to ask me. Come on. You just come in and be like, Andrea, I'm going to talk. Open the mic.
Talk. Hola.
Hola, good morning.
Good morning. How are we doing?
Good. You look good today. Where are you going?
I went to court this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 4 cases.
4 cases?
Yes.
And you did it all in the same court?
Pretty much.
Pretty much? Okay, that's good because you killed 4 birds in one.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yesterday I had 4 cases, but 3 different buildings. So.
Oh, okay, that's more substance because you got to move from one place to other place. Where was that? Riverhead?
Riverhead, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
About driving and drinking, I bet.
A couple of them were drinking and driving. Actually, they all were. You're right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I hear that it's a lot of those nowadays.
A lot of DWI.
What's going on?
And they're cracking down at the DA's office. They're not giving as generous deals as they used to because there's just too much. They did.
They get tired. I hear that it's a lot of those cases, and I'm thinking, like, why? You think it's the weather? Think it's because winter is here and people get depressed? Or what is it? I don't get it.
I think that our client base doesn't realize that you can't drink 5 or 6 or 7 beers and drive a car. Like, they think they're just drinking Modelo.
You know what it is? They drink
Corona.
and they think after the third beer, I'm Superman. I can do anything. I can drive. I'm fine. If you ask a drunk guy, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
Right. I'm fine. I only had beer. Had a few beers.
That's it. And everybody says the same thing.
And then they hit a mailbox or they hit the curb and they get a flat tire and then the police come and.
I have a question. After, like, let's say I get pulled over, I was drinking, and I go to court, whatever, and I do it again, and maybe third time, what happened after the third time or second time?
So if you get 2 DWIs in 10 years.
Okay, ooh, 10 years.
And within 10 years, if you get 2 DWIs, so you get convicted of a DWI, and then you get charged with another one, they can charge you with a felony.
Oh, yeah.
And a felony is like almost automatic deportation. Wow. It can be jail time. It could be 5 years probation. It's just a little scary.
It's scary. And let me tell you something. 10 years is a long time for somebody that drinks a lot.
Yes.
I mean, obviously they're going to do it in less than 10 years.
Right. And so it's usually, the way it plays out, it's usually the third time, and then people are even less sympathetic. Because let's say you get the first time a DWI and you don't have an accident. So we can negotiate a deal where you plead to a lesser charge, what they call an impaired, which is not a crime. So now you caught a break on your first one. Now you get your second one, and you're not going to get that break. So you're going to plead guilty to a misdemeanor and get probation or something called task. That's 2. But really, that's 1. You know what I mean? Even though you've had 2. And then the third one, then they look at the conviction within 10 years, and then they charge you with a felony.
Oh, my God. And people don't take this serious. I know I shouldn't ask you this, but how do you feel when you have a client, when they come here and it's like the third time they get arrested or whatever because they were drinking and driving? And they be like, oh, Bill, hi, it's me again.
Yeah, I'm way too nice. Other lawyers aren't that nice.
Yeah, because other you'd be like, you know what, you're a joke. Just go home, man. Like, go get another lawyer. I can't be helping you.
Or they charge them $10,000 to take
God.
their case and say, listen, this is a really, really serious situation.
Can you really help those people? Like,
you can in trying to minimize, what happens to them.
Because, people need to realize that, Bill is a good lawyer, but you can make magic sometimes, when you keep doing the same thing all over and over again. I mean, come on.
So, no, you can try really hard to keep people out of jail, and we're really successful doing that. The greater problem, if let's say they get probation, and then they get arrested again.
Yeah.
Now they're facing upstate jail time because they violated their probation. And that's a big problem. And there's not a lot that a lawyer can do other than beg the judge to give them as little time as possible.
Oh, my God.
But you're right. The courts are filled with people, DWI. I go to court now in Riverhead a lot and Hampton Bays. And
they're full of,
the truth is this. If there's 100 people in the courthouse, 90% of them are Latino right now in those courthouses in Riverhead and Hampton Bays.
I believe you.
And there's a lot of DWIs. There are.
I believe you. I just don't understand why people don't get it. Just don't drink and drive. And this is my point. You go to a club, you pay $1,000 for a bottle, but you don't pay $100 for an Uber.
Right.
I don't get it.
No,
you know,
no, some people aren't smart.
they're not smart, definitely. I don't know what we have to do because we tell them all the time, all over and over again, you know, get an Uber, get somebody to drive you, and they don't do it. And then they pay $20,000 in fees and lawyers and this and that. That's more expensive. I mean, come on. Or they go to jail.
Yeah, and it's dangerous for other people too.
Yeah.
You know, you can hurt yourself, but really you can hurt other people, and that's what the courts get mad about. And that's why they do very little plea bargaining if there's any kind of accident.
I know this is gonna sound bad, but on my side personally, I think that if I'm driving in the car with my daughter and it's drunk and it hits me, you know, and if they cutting people like that, I mean, you get what you deserve. I know this sounds bad, but I know a lot of people that get involved in accidents, and just because they're not mature enough and they don't take responsibility, they kill others. They are like going to work or going home from work, you know, whatever, and then you just come and kill them, you know, and if they don't do it like that, Bill, I feel like they're never gonna stop.
No, and listen, there's a law. It's called Leandra's
Law. Mm-hmm.
And so I represent somebody right now on a Leandra Law's case, and he's such a nice guy. So you know, it'll be okay for him at the end. But, you know, he drove a couple blocks with his 7-year-old daughter. He went from his friend's house back home, and he hit a parked car.
Boy.
Once he hit that parked car, and somebody called the police, and he has no prior record, has every letter imaginable from employers, from business people, like such a really good guy. First of all, he wasn't allowed, the family court wouldn't let him see his daughter for a number of months.
Wow.
Then he could see her only supervised, and he immediately was charged with a felony, even though he has no prior record.
Because he was driving with his daughter
a child,
in the car.
and they're not taking that lightly, and you know he'll wind up getting as good a deal as he can get, but the DA's offering him like upstate jail time.
Wow.
Automatically, they offer 1 to 3 years on all those
But
cases.
sadly, that's the only way that we learn the lesson. And there's sad cases like that when you're good and it happens one time. But that's all you need, one time to mess it up, you know?
Yeah. And his case been going, let's say a case been going on for 7 months. So yesterday in family court, he was just permitted to move back home. But even though he can move back home, the order of protection says that he can only be alone with his daughter in the house 12 hours a week. So
12 hours a week.
Well, he could be in the house all the time because his wife's there. But if she goes out, it can only be for a total of 12 hours during the week. But, you know, think about it. Between going to work and everything, 12 hours alone is a pretty good amount of time, I suppose. But still, to have those restrictions on you, he's a good father. He's never put a hand on his child. His wife loves him. It's sad.
That's mistakes that you make, and then you got to pay the price.
Yep.
You know, and then it's sad sometimes when you see some people, they do it once again, and they do it again, and then nothing happens. But then it's people like this guy, the good guy, you know, and then they go hard on them.
Right.
But because of that, people should look, you know, and see and take it simple and, you know, don't do it. Because I feel like if they not harm people, Bill, I feel like they're going to keep doing it and they're going to keep killing people, you know, and, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Sad.
you know we'll talk about maybe doing a forum like out east for our clients. Maybe just a day of free consultations.
There's a lot of people who drink and drive in Riverhead, especially. You know, there's a road where they call the drunkers. You know, where they all hang out, and it's sad because you see all these people and you understand they're probably alone. They don't have a family, or maybe I don't know what's the situation. They don't have work, and I used to see them sometimes like early in the morning going by buying beer, and I'm like, look at them, I'm like, oh my god, so early. And you're drinking already,
right?
You know, and you feel bad, but then when accidents happen, you know.
Now those people, for the most part, don't even have cars, so they're not necessarily driving, but they're getting hit by cars.
They getting hit by cars because they're drunk.
They're crossing Montauk Highway at 2 o'clock in the morning, or walking across the train track. You know.
Yes.
We've represented people who have, been injured by getting hit by a car, but their blood alcohol level sometimes is so high that it's hard to prove that the car could have seen them. They just walked right in front of the car, kind of thing.
Oh my God! And then they ruin your life because you're driving, and then boop, you hit them, and it's not even your fault. And still, the driver is gonna get some issues too, or no?
Yeah, well, someone is gonna sue the driver, and it's also the mental aspect. Imagine, nobody wants to be the person that killed somebody. Even if it wasn't your fault, you're living with that.
True.
Could I have seen him? Could I have broke faster? Could I have swerved? So, drinking is a big problem.
It is a big problem, and we were not planning to talk about this, but you mentioned it, and then I remembered that there's a lot of cases. My sister told me the other day, it's just crazy, so many people drinking and driving. You have to be careful, and most of them are Latinos, and it's sad.
Right.
Right.
Well, your sister knows. I see her a lot in court.
Oh, yeah. She hears so many crazy cases, and then she's a little paranoid sometimes now because, when you out of that, you don't know what's going on. But you guys, as the lawyers, there is so many weird things that happen around, and I don't know because I'm not into that.
I think whenever I go to court and your sister is the interpreter, the judge always has a strange look on his face because they're always wondering, why is the interpreter and the lawyer always kissing themselves hello? Hi, how are you? Good.
Oh, gosh.
By the way, the other interpreter is like a 65-year-old lady.
Yeah, I know.
Which, by the way, 60 is not that old.
She's about to get retired.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she's about to get retired. Yeah. And then my sister probably is going to take over. But yeah, I hear you. Right. They're like, what's going on with them? No, but it's funny. It sounds funny, but it's true. She tells me a lot of weird things sometimes they happen. And I'm like, I can't believe that happens so close to us, And then you don't know. You have to be careful nowadays. A lot of crazy people out there. There was a guy who shot somebody in the head in Riverhead a few days ago, and they're looking for them. It's just like,
Right.
You can't argue with people now. You have to be very careful.
Yeah, you do.
A lot of dangers. Anyways, changing the subject. What's going on, Bill? I know we have the party for Christmas / New Year's here. We have a lot of fun. The toy store in December. I missed it this year, but I saw videos. It looks really good.
It was good.
We did the one in Riverhead too.
Yeah, that was really nice. The Three Kings in Riverhead. And thanks to our staff and our friends for posing as the Three Kings. Shots was one sexy king.
That's
wasn't
all
it?
we have. That's all we have for our budget. People used to laugh and say, "That was my budget." I'm sorry. No, but it was nice. People were really happy and very grateful. We have people from Central Isley.
Yeah, in Brentwood.
Coming all the way to Riverhead.
Wow,
that's
good.
Crazy.
That's good. Yeah, we were able to help a lot of people this year, which was great. And we get to do it our way, which is important to us. And now we're starting to plan for the 2023 year.
2023, I know we're coming with big stuff, like always, like usually. Bill Ferro is always there for everybody. And I always tell people, if you ever really, really need somebody that, somebody that needs help, my boss is always there. And we always tell people, you know what? The funny part is that we do these events, and it happens to be the big kid come or nothing fit, and he go personally and run to Walmart, to Target, and buy, and people crying. Like, not a lot of people do that.
No, I appreciate it. It's something we've done for a long time, and it feels good, and it gets bigger, and it's a great way to connect with the community. People trust me and trust our law firm to represent them, so it's a better way to give back to me than were you injured in an accident? Did the boogeyman hit you by a car? Oh, hire me, Superman, super lawyer.
I don't even think people see you like that anymore, Bill. Like, oh, the lawyer. I feel like people see you like, I don't know, like this man who helps people and like is so nice and cries sometimes with people. Yeah. I don't even think they see you as a lawyer.
Well, that's the problem. I want them to still see me as a lawyer so I can keep doing big things.
Because you're too nice,
I mean, I was just making fun of, the commercials I see on TV these days. They're unbelievable. I thought
they make me laugh.
I thought Cantasa was funny, but there are some ones that are out there now that are crazy. In San Diego, I was out there. The commercials are crazy. Lawyers are just nuts, man. I can't believe they would dress up and speak the way that they do. And there's a lawyer that, calls himself God's lawyer or something.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, scare the bejesus out of you.
Oh, my God. Maybe we should do something weird here, too.
Yeah, we could. Maybe for Halloween.
For Halloween.
Hey,
no, I think people see you like a figure, in Christmas they see you as a Santa Claus who come and bring so many presents for kids, and then in Thanksgiving they see the nice guy that's, give turkeys away, but then they see you as a friend,
Right. Well, it's good. I mean, that's what I really,
because usually
I like that.
People are scared of police and lawyers.
Right.
For some reason, they get nervous and say, it's okay, nothing happens,
People are scared of lawyers.
Yeah, people are scared of lawyers. They see us as a scary person, like, oh my God, but not you, man. Like, she's just so nice.
Not me.
Not
I'm soft. Oh, there's my new lawyer. I don't have to pay him because he's really nice. I know he told me I owe him that money, but what the heck? I didn't pay him last year, and he gave me a turkey and gave my kids toys for Christmas.
right. That's what happened here.
That's
yeah.
exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened. I'm kidding.
Dear lawyer, my son needs new Jordans.
Yes.
I know I owe you $1,200, but come on.
He's not joking. That's literally what
Yeah, I
happens
know.
here. You know, it sounds funny, but that's the reality.
It
You know,
is.
and we want to thank you. You know, I know all our listeners probably right now they listening, and then they feel the same way. And thank you for that. You know,
Cool.
for everything that you do for everybody, even for us. You know, as a staff, you know, you're a good boss, and I know there's a lot of good things coming this year, and we're gonna go big or go
Big.
home.
Go big or go home. And
That's right.
I don't really know where home is, so I'm going to go big. All right, good stuff.
Thank you, Bill. You gotta stop by more often. You know?
I will.
We talk about
It's a long commute from next door.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, Bill, can you come and talk a little bit? If you let me, come on.
I'll send a permission slip for my mom.
That's right. Thank
Have
you
her
so
sign
much.
it.
Thank you so much for coming. And I'm serious. Stop by more often. Maybe we can keep talking about some, drunk people. Or maybe we should do something. I don't know. Because it's serious. It's very worrying. A lot of people are drinking lately.
Right?
A lot of people drinking and driving. It's not funny.
All right,
So
well,
we got to do something.
we
Maybe
will.
We should go and do some water. I don't know.
we'll come up with an idea.
I don't know. Yeah,
Well,
something.
We'll talk to the frog, see
We
what he
talk to the
says.
frog.
The magical frog.
Oye, mi gente, muchísimas gracias por la sintonía. A las 12 venimos con una entrevista, así que no se la puede perder. 12, I promise, esta vez íbamos a hablar con Álvaro Torres, así que no se despegue, ya volvemos.